What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's not Tuesday, but I thought it is time to do a tier list. I didn't do a tier list this week because I dropped the Josh Norris video. Last week was opening night. I told you about the Bleacher Report job, but we are doing a tier list today. And considering we're now like 4 to 6 games into the NHL season for every single team, and although that is a very small sample size, it's only like 6 to 7% of the season, I thought we can kind of start talking about the season. So we are going to be tier listing teams based on how they're feeling after their kind of opening week and a half or so. Again, I'm not going to be hyperbolic and say that a team's season is over or a team is winning the Stanley Cup based on this sample size, but I think that this will be a fun tier list to do. Up first, we got the amazing vibes. These teams are like over 75% points percentage, smashing expectations. Guys are breaking out galore. Good start. Things are going better than expected. Nothing too insane though. And then solid / no big complaints. It's about as we expected, nothing really too crazy. And then pretty nervous. You're kind of just telling yourself, okay, it's only been a couple of games. We're going to figure stuff out. But there is some serious concern with this team. And then it's bad. Like, either we're not going to be a playoff team. We can kind of tell after these opening 4 to 5 games for the most part. Or we thought that we might be a contender, but we're going to be battling for a playoff spot or just straight up missing the playoffs. So yeah, let's get into it. And up first, we got the Montreal Canadiens. And you got to go with amazing vibes, especially the last 2 games. Forcing overtime with like a minute left and winning it in overtime. Yeah, they're 4-1 right now. Have they beaten the best teams of all time in the Nashville Predators, Seattle Kraken, Detroit Red Wings, and Chicago Blackhawks? No, but those are games that you have to win if you want to be a playoff team. And the fashion in which that they've won have just really catapulted this team's vibes and overall morale and confidence so much when looking at the actual team. Hudson, Suzuki, Caulfield picking up right where they left off. Demidov looks like already an impact, high-level guy. Dobson has been very, very good, especially defensively for them. You definitely want more out of Slavkovsky and Laine, but right now, pretty easily amazing vibes for the Montreal Canadiens. For Chicago, bizarre. That's what we're calling it over at Bleacher Report now. Bedard and Nazar are killing it. 6 points in 5 games thus far. Are they going to be a good team? Probably not, but they're a 500 team right now going 2-1 in their first 5 games. And if this team can get, I think, even to 75 points, that'd be a big win in terms of taking a positive step. And compared to last year, we definitely saw that in the St. Louis Blues game. Like, they don't take shit. They're actually a fun team. So I think if you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, you could argue amazing vibes. For the future, amazing vibes. For this season, it's a good start. There was some. Every game has not been amazing compared to like a Montreal. So I think that's a fair place for Chicago. For Columbus, 1-3 right now. Only win is against the Minnesota Wild when Kirill Marchenko had that hat trick. I'd be pretty nervous. Again, there was a lot of writing on this wall of this team being a serious regression candidate. I don't expect them to go back to being like a 65-point team. But there's some concern. Someone like Kent Johnson last year that was that regression candidate has 0 points right now. It's a little concerning for Columbus. For Carolina, pretty easily amazing vibes. The only undefeated team remaining in the NHL. Somehow Seth Jarvis has found yet another level to his game. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes for 40 goals, 90 points the way that he started this season. Nikishin has been as advertised. So I think for Carolina, it's got to be amazing vibes. For Edmonton, although they lost to my New York Islanders last night, that was a pretty brutal showing by them. But still, I don't think you're worried. Jake Wallman, he's going to get back. It's not the end of the world. It's not some huge injury. And yeah, they're 2-1-1 right now. They're going to figure it out. If anything, compared to like prior seasons, this is a better start. Usually Stuart Skinner posts like a .750 save percentage in their first 8 games, and they start in like 7th in the division. So yeah, if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, you're not really swayed anyway, considering the team's made back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. My New York Islanders, even though they beat the Oilers last night, it's bad, man. Like the defense, not saying like our expectations were low, but holy fuck. That's my expectation with the New York Islanders defense. Like, I knew it was going to be a bottom 7 to 8 unit in the NHL, probably closer to bottom 5. It has straight up been like arguably the worst in the NHL. They were first in high danger chances against yesterday, heading into yesterday's game, having only played 3 games compared to everybody else, like towards the top of that 4 or 5 games. It's been bad. Matthew Schaefer has been great. Again, like when looking at this is just for this season. Going forward, I'm elated that they stink. All I really care about is Matthew Schaefer being legit. But for this season, like they could be a 70, 65 point team. relatively easily. For the Colorado Avalanche, they're cooking. And of course, they have the New York Islanders have their first round pick, but they're first in the NHL in points. 4-0-1. Martin Necas is completely balling out, and they're going to have to pay up, or else they're going to have another Mikko Rantanen situation on their hands. But yeah, the top dogs are eating very good. Scott Wedgwood has been fucking insane. And yeah, once they get Mackenzie Blackwood back, they're going to be a safe playoff team in large part because of this start. Next up, the Anaheim Ducks. They are, what are they right now? I got the standings pulled up. They're 2-2, but I think it's kind of a good start just because the power play finally has life because of Chris Kreider, or a large part because of Chris Kreider. Leo Carlsson has 6 points in 4 games. So I think it's a good start. Similarly to Chicago, they're a lot more fun and legit team this season, and I think they're going to be battling for that third Pacific spot, battling for a wild card spot. So I think it's been a pretty good start by Anaheim Ducks. The New York Rangers, I'm going to go with it's bad. I don't think they're going to continue to go scoreless at home, but yeah, to get shut out in your first 3 home games. As of right now, they are sitting at 2-3-1, lost last night to the Toronto Maple Leafs in overtime. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. The depth scoring, and it's not even the depth scoring. Zibanejad has 1 goal in 6 games. Panarin has 2 points in 6 games. Lafreniere has 2 points in 6 games. It's the depth scoring in the top guys just not showing up at all. Fox and Gavrikov have been great. Shesterkin's been great, but you kind of expected that. The rest of the team is kind of just falling off entirely. In Vincent Trocheck's on LTIR. It's not good in Rangerland right now. For the Philadelphia Flyers, I'm going to go with solid. It doesn't really it's not their 1-2-1 as you expect. You want Mitchkov to play better, but it is what it is. Zegras had that one insane pass. He's been pretty solid. I don't think you'd be that nervous because I don't think you were really expecting, they weren't really expecting to be a playoff team this season. For Minnesota, I'm going to go with pretty nervous. As great as it is that Zeev Boyum is amazing on this power play, they've scored 10 power play goals thus far, and they're only 2-2. So there's some concern about their 5-on-5 play. They don't have Zuccarello for the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a battle the next couple of weeks until Zuccarello gets back, figuring out this 5-on-5 play. Brock Faber has been a little bit underwhelming. Is he your future franchise defenseman? Pretty nervous, but also, it's not the end of the world. They're closer to solid / no complaints compared to it's bad. Tampa Bay, also pretty nervous. Right now, they're pretty bad. They're 1-2-1. Granted, they have played some very good teams. Lost to the Ottawa Senators, lost to the New Jersey Devils, lost to the Washington Capitals. It's not like they're losing to bum-ass teams. But yeah, getting behind the 8 ball, especially with teams like Montreal starting out so good. Detroit, who we're going to talk about next, we're going to talk about Detroit. Starting out so good, it is concerning, especially when you're an older team and you might have some potential age regression. Pretty nervous at this point. I think they're going to be fine, but there definitely is some nerves creeping in right now. I think for Detroit, it's been rough the last year or so. So I think you got to go with amazing vibes, considering they've started 3-1, considering Cam Talbot has been so damn good. You hope John Gibson gets to that level as well. But yeah, they've been a fun team. That pair of Axel Sandin, Palika, and Simon Edmondson has been damn good and damn impressive. Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard already looks like an NHLer as a 2024 draftee. So yeah, I think you're pretty happy if they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in back-to-back games. Damn good start by Detroit. The Pittsburgh Penguins, I think you can go with good start. Again, long-term vision, is it good that they're starting out so good? Not really. But yeah, they're 3-2 right now with wins over the New York Rangers and one last night over the Los Angeles Kings. You got guys like Justin Brazeau playing absolutely insane. Ben Kindle and Harrison Brunicki, at least when I watched them play the Islanders, looked like solid NHLers. Ben Kindle really looks like a special piece. So yeah, I think it's definitely a good start right now for Pittsburgh, even if they're going to get the 12th overall pick as a result. The Los Angeles Kings, I think I'm going to go with it's bad. Right now, they're 1-3-1, and you look at what their big moves were this offseason. It was getting rid of Jordan Spence, who's been awesome for Ottawa, getting rid of Gavrikov, who's been awesome for New York, bringing in Dumoulin and Ceci, and they've both been brutal. When looking at the goaltending has not been as good. It's concerning. It's concerning if you're I didn't have them in the playoffs. I had Vancouver as my final wild card, Pacific Division team, and I'm sticking by that right now because LA has been pretty bad to start out. The Utah Mammoth, solid. They're 2-2 right now, but none of their top dogs have really shown up. Logan Cooley has 1 point. Clayton Keller has 1 point. I don't know why I blanked for a second. And Mikhail Sergachev has 0 points. It's honestly a good thing that they're 2-2 because they're only going to hopefully get better from here. Dylan Gunther carry job with that OT winner against the Nashville Predators. So yeah, solid. Maybe you're a little bit nervous, but again, those guys are going to produce. I don't think Logan Cooley and Clayton Keller are going to put up 20-point pace. The Buffalo Sabres, Great game against the Ottawa Senators, but yeah, it's still pretty bad the way that they start out 1-3. Lost Josh Norris again for like 8 goddamn weeks. Go watch that Josh Norris video. It's still bad at this point. You're definitely a lot lower on the Buffalo Sabres heading into the season, or now than heading into the season. The Dallas Stars, good start. I mean, like, they just expect to safely make the playoffs with 105 plus points, and they're 3-1 right now. Rantanen, Hintz, Robertson have all been very good. Good start by the Dallas Stars. The Ottawa Senators last night was I deemed it a must-win game against the Seattle Kraken. They won it, but still, there are some nerves. Ullmark looked much better, but the goaltending has been shaky. When looking at losing Brady Tkachuk for 6 to 8 weeks, that's pretty sizable. So there's some concern, but I think they're going to be fine. But yeah, losing your captain for that long definitely makes you a little bit nervous. Going forward, for the Vancouver Canucks, they're 2-2. You could argue good start just because Thatcher Demko has been pretty damn good, but Pettersson, only 2 assists in 4 games, 0 goals. Solid. Filipino looks legit. Filipino has like 3 or 4 goals in 4 or 5 games. Like, he's been very good. So I think it's just been solid for Vancouver. It hasn't been a disaster, which a lot of last year was, so you'll take it if you're a Vancouver Canucks fan. But yeah. Florida, I'm going to go with good start. I mean, like, it was obviously losing Alexander Barkov was gutting, but they've bounced back pretty well up until this point. They're 3-3. Actually, no, they're 3-3. What am I saying? Solid, but you need some of your guys to step up. Sam Bennett only has 1 point in 6 games as of right now. Still think they're going to be a safe playoff team, but yeah, it's been solid. The Boston Bruins, I'm going to go with good start. 3-2, and they lost last night to Vegas in an absolute shootout. The offense, the depth scoring actually has been there. That was kind of like their number one concern, but it's been pretty solid. Marco Sturm has this team playing pretty goddamn well. Got that opening night win against the Washington Capitals. So definitely a good start by the Boston Bruins, but they have lost their last 2, so I can't go amazing vibes. But yeah, definitely a good start. San Jose, it's been, they kind of blew both of their first 2 games. Really blew that first game against the Vegas Golden Knights, but then that second game against Anaheim. But yeah, at this point, where do they sit at? They are currently 0-1-2. So it's solid. Nobody has really broken out from that team compared to maybe a Chicago, where you see Nazar and Bedard taking huge steps. But you expect to kind of stink. You have a 33% points percentage right now. That's perfectly fine. And you've had leads in games. At least that's encouraging. They're going to be a fun team, but probably a pretty ass team. The New Jersey Devils, good start. They did lose Jacob Markstrom, and that really stinks. But recently really found their groove after losing on opening night against Carolina Hurricanes, getting 3 straight wins. Pretty good start when looking at them. Luke Hughes has like 4 or 5 points. You're definitely happy if you're a New Jersey Devils fan. The Seattle Kraken, 2-0-2 at this point. Pretty damn solid. I don't think they're going to stay that good, but it's definitely been a good start for Seattle thus far. The Toronto Maple Leafs, solid. It's okay, 3-2. You're not writing home about it, but you have a winning record. You're doing fine. It's all good. The St. Louis Blues, they are currently at 2-2, so I think just solid. Like, I'm not going to overreact to a 2-2 start. They need some guys like Dylan Holloway, and Robert Thomas has actually started off a little bit slow, and that loss to Chicago definitely was not ideal, but I'm not too worried about the St. Louis Blues. They're going to definitely be in the mix. The Nashville Predators, by their standards, to start 2-1-2, pretty damn solid. Pretty damn solid by the Nashville Predators out of the gate compared to last year. The Winnipeg Jets, it's a good start. Again, this is your reigning President's Trophy winners, so the fact that they're 3-1, you can't say like amazing vibes because they were amazing last year in the regular season. But yeah, it's been very solid. Connor and Scheifele yet again playing fantastic, and Connor Hellebuck's been solid. The Calgary Flames, it's bad. Dustin Wolf has like an 873. Like, I know that, again, when looking at the long-term future of this team, similar to my New York Islanders, stinking this year is a good thing, but just this season, this team is pretty bad. And Zane Parekh, unfortunately, I don't think that he scored a point yet just because of that lack of really offense. So in looking at them, it's going to be bad this season. It's good for the future, but it's bad right now. And you hope that Dustin Wolf can bounce back. You don't want him getting an 895 and then his future looking kind of unclear for them. The Vegas Golden Knights, I think I'm going to go with amazing vibes. Mitch Marner has been damn good. And again, you expected Mitch Marner to be very good in the regular season. But yeah, they're 3-0-1 at this point. Had that amazing comeback against the San Jose Sharks to basically put it on a silver platter. But yeah, you got to be feeling pretty good after adding in Mitch Marner to the mix. And then the Washington Capitals, I'm going to go solid start or good start. They're 3-2 right now. Protus looks fucking legit. That season was no joke last year, and most of their guys have produced up until this point. And yeah, this is a tier list. I think this is pretty solid. Maybe you move up Minnesota from here. But yeah, I feel like these five are uniquely kind of in a rough spot as of right now for this season relative to maybe what you thought heading into the season. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Who would you move up? Who would you move down? I'll be seeing the next one. Peace.